Hey y'all, welcome to my Real Housewives of Potomac review. This is season 6, episode 2. We are once again getting a little supersized episode. They're giving us another 15 minutes on the hour. So sit back and relax because this was a good episode as well. Without further ado, let's get into this episode. We left off at this dinner at Wendy's and ooh, the hot box. Like, anytime I hear hot box now, I'm immediately gonna think of this. I think that was a little bit iconic. So when Karen left off on Sing Sing, everybody was wondering, wait a minute, what's Sing Sing? Has Giselle been to jail? Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, we see all the ladies in their confessionals wondering what a hot box is or what Sing Sing means. And they're going at it, but Wendy wants to pause because the chef needs to say what they're eating. She looks so damn nervous. This is the caprese salad. Spit it out, girl, so we can finish with the drama. Somebody on Twitter, I can't remember, someone said that Wendy's making sure that the chef get their shine because they probably didn't have to pay for it, as long as they get to call out what the food is. So after all the ladies get a few bites in and this awkward silence, Giselle's like, what the hell is Sing Sing? And now Karen doesn't really want to say what it is. She's being very vague. Ooh, they are going at it. Karen is calling her a liar. Probably called her a liar maybe 5 times in a row. Said that's why they call her the preacher's wife from hell, which I heard has some merit to it. Now, Mia strangely interrupts Karen and says, Karen, I love you, but you know, from the moments that I've met Giselle, I have a good judge of character. I think she has a good heart. Girl, just wait. You'll see. I like you, but just eat your food. Even Ashley's face, like, oh, you know what? It's too good. It's too good. I gotta screenshot it. I have to. Even by the look on Ashley's face, like she's like, girl, what? Ashley is nowhere near as messy as she was her first 3 seasons. She's definitely toned it down, but by those expressions, like, yeah, Giselle, a good heart? Okay. Wendy is a little bothered by Mia saying that Giselle has a good heart. I'm not sure why Wendy cares so much, like if Karen doesn't. And I'm guessing Wendy, from her point of view, is saying like maybe she's two-faced. I don't know. It's weird. Why does she care? Oh my goodness. So Karen's bringing up a time where Giselle and Ray were talking and Ray was giving her kind of like a mansplaining moment of saying you need to find someone before your beauty fades. I mean, I could get how Giselle was offended by that, but she said in her confessional that Ray will be 6 feet under when this face fades. I mean, it was pretty funny, but Karen is like, this is you wishing death on my husband. Now, it's a little bit of a hyperbole, but it's hilarious. I might be on Giselle's side on this part. Now, you have Green-Eyed Bandit number 2, Robin, coming to Giselle's defense right now, telling Karen, well, why didn't you say that then if it bothered you so much? And I think this was like in season 4, I want to say that Ray said this. Anywho, Karen's explanation was, oh, well, my kids were really young then, and Robin was like, they weren't that young. And production assists on that, and her daughter was 19 and her son was 27. Now, I will admit, Karen can read, but Karen lies too. And we just don't keep it real here. Like, yes, I love it when she reads Giselle, but Karen, she lies a lot. Karen notices that Robin is inserting herself in the argument, and she says she's not about to get jumped right now. Wendy actually is sticking up for Karen right now and said, well, if this argues between Karen and Giselle, let it remain that way. I will say I'm confused like Robin though, because Karen and Wendy were going at it last season, so what changed? Oh, Karen with the shade now. She's like, Robin, you want a piece? You can get this too. She just said, well, Robin, I know I'm walking down the aisle this year. When are you and Juan? Oh, now we all know. Is Juan and Robin walking down the aisle this season? Of course not. I'm sorry, Alex. If you're watching, I might have to borrow that because I love saying that. Of course not. Robin is Giselle's ride or die. She will always defend her no matter what. So yes, Robin, you can get this smoke too. Robin is like, after COVID, girl, Girl, like I said in the last video, Cynthia got married at the height of the pandemic. What's stopping y'all? Y'all can just go to the courthouse. Karen again said, well, yeah, we're going to have like a whole celebration with our family and friends, and they're going to celebrate a real relationship, real love. Karen in her confessional was like, hey, I mean, you need to marry that man before he take that ring back and bring it to the pawn shop. I'll allow it. Karen taking care of Robin and Giselle is light work for her. So Ashley lets the table know if her and Karen can be in a better place after the war they went through, then there's surely hope for Karen and Giselle. Giselle was like, no thanks. Then Wendy gets up and, wants the attention on her again. She stands up and says, well, I just want you to look at my body one more time. She turns around and shows her butt. Now, earlier, Robin asked her, did she get her butt done? And she said no. But now she's like, oh yeah, I got my butt done. And she was like, oh, I just wanted to admit it myself. Mia clocked that immediately. You know how she tried to shame Mia? Seeing that Mia owned her work, I'm sure it inspired Wendy to just fess up and see she got her butt done. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's good work. So the dinner is ending. All the ladies are ready to go. We see Mia is exchanging phone numbers with Robin and Giselle. And it looks like Wendy has a problem with that. I'm like, girl, she's a part of the cast now. Of course she's going to get everybody's number, even though Giselle and Karen were at war at the table. Let her form her own opinion about Giselle before she just automatically just takes Karen's word. Yeah, Wendy being a hater right now. And why are you trying to haze the new girl? I mean, if anybody has, and why is Wendy trying to haze the new girl right now? Leave her alone. Wendy, this is your second season. Just make sure you're likable this season and work on you. So now we're getting to know the new housewife, Mia. She's originally born and raised in the DMV. She's married to her husband that is almost 30 years her senior. She has 3 kids, 2 by him and 1 from a previous marriage. She's living fly in a penthouse overlooking the harbor, and she's fabulous from what I can see. So it looks like Mia is the one handling the businesses and the work affairs while her husband, he fell back a bit. And it looks like he's retiring age. So it seems like he's the one that stays home while she's working. I know a lot of people have been talking about her age and that she's 36. Sometimes you get some work done and it actually ages your face. So if Mia says she's 36, okay girl, she's 36. So next scene we're with Candace, and apparently she's an aspiring actress now. And I'm sure from last season she got a lot of practice from playing the victim in the season 5 reunion. But yeah, it looks like she's actually working. She's getting roles. We see that she's had some previous ones. She's also working on an album too. I'm a little bored. I didn't fast forward, but her husband is now her manager since he isn't working. He sold his restaurant. Now, I heard that he wasn't even the owner. He was just a manager. Someone can enlighten me in the comments if y'all want, but he's taken on the role to manage Candace. And next scene now we're with Ashley, and her baby is just so precious. He really looks like his dad. That is Michael's child. Wow, Ashley looks 11 months pregnant. I don't know why she's even standing up or doing anything. It looks like she just needs to be in bed 24/7. So her mom's coming over to visit, and she's saying that her mom and Michael have come a very long way. From the conversation that she's having with her mom, it looks like Ashley and Michael are still trying to make their marriage work. I feel like they think a baby's just gonna put a band-aid on their marriage problems. I don't know, I could see them divorcing within 2 years. She is not telling her mom about her sex life and saying, well, God gave me more than one hole. Oh my God. So they having backdoor sex. That's what she's saying. Are we surprised? Hands if you're surprised that Michael is getting it in through the back door. She's being very in-depth about their sex life in her confessional, and I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to think about it. Maybe if Robin would tell me about her sex life, I'd listen, but I don't want to hear about Ashley and Michael. Next scene, we're with Giselle at her house, and Robin's coming over to visit. Robin hasn't seen the new West Wing in Giselle's house. Giselle is very excited about this West Wing, and this house, oh man, it looks tacky. If Giselle's fashions were in house form, this would be it. Giselle's taste is non-existent. Even Robin admits that the house is horrible on the outside. Now the interior, I mean, it's nice. It's spacious. It's for her. It's a little gaudy. But the closet and that whole glam space for her, it's really nice. But the house looks like they just literally just tacked on another building, like a random house. So you have a house connected to a $900,000 barn. Speaking of tacky, Robin, what is you wearing? Like a fur vest, a leopard shirt. Oh, good God. They are a match for each other. They really are. The tacky green-eyed bandits. So Giselle is talking to Robin about her relationship with Jamal, and even Giselle, she's using the term that Karen said that, oh, Jamal's living in her phone. She actually admitted it. Yeah, the relationship was not real in the beginning. Of course it's not working. Of course not. It's not working. So she's saying she's taking a step back and she's gonna move on. Giselle is such a beautiful woman. I don't understand why it's so hard for her to find a man that won't embarrass her and love her. Same goes for Kenya. That's probably why they're good friends. Robin's saying that she's really not surprised that Giselle's relationship with Jamal kind of went to shit. And do y'all notice that Robin sure has a lot to say about Giselle, like what she really thinks in the confessional, but can't say none of that to Giselle's face on camera together. Like, she will always be Giselle's lackey or sidekick. So Robin and Giselle take some time out to call Candace on FaceTime. They're just giving her a rundown of what all happened at Wendy's party. Robin is really fascinated that Wendy lied about her butt job, and then they're telling Candace about the new girl and how she got so much of her body done. I'm just wondering, like, damn, are they gonna surgery shame Mia all season? After they get off the phone with Candace, Giselle is saying that her and Karen will never be friends. And she's, insulting her some more to Robin. And Robin is like, why she keep talking about Juan? Well, I mean, if you come for Karen, Robin, and try to defend Giselle, Karen is gonna then come for you. So it is what it is. Juan is fair game. And again, Giselle is being inappropriate with Karen's husband's age and saying that Ray will die before Karen gets a new house. With that said, next scene we're with Karen and Ray, and they're getting their bed together. And producers are so messy. So we go back to a scene where Karen says she has a vibrating pillow, and Wendy's asking her, so do you dry hump your pillow? And Karen says, well, it starts out dry, but afterward it's not. And after they finish making the bed, the producers zoom in on the bed and play some ominous horror music. Karen is then sitting down with Ray and giving her the rundown of her fight with Giselle. Karen is saying the only reason Giselle is coming after her is because Jamal is making her look like a fool and she wants to take it out on somebody. She's saying that Giselle is pretty much broken and hurt people hurt people. And she actually feels sorry for her. And Karen wants to have a get-together with all the ladies, like a love party, and that maybe the spirit of all the ladies are getting along will help her. Now, we know Giselle ain't coming to that. We know she not. We see that she's inviting all the ladies to come, and hopefully they all show up. Next scene, we're with Wendy and her family. Her mom's coming over. It looks like they're in a better place now. Her mom accepts that maybe she doesn't want to do like the teaching thing anymore. Her mom actually approves of her new body. Like I said, girl, that is some good work. So they're all at the dinner table. Her mom says that she wants to get her boobs done. And Wendy makes an announcement at the table saying that, she loves what she currently does, but she doesn't know if that's her passion. And she wants to start her own business, and it's going to be a home essentials line. Well, okay, it really does seem this season that Wendy is stepping into her role as a reality star. Like, the commentator thing, we haven't even heard degrees. I'm not sure if, where did the home essentials thing come from? Because I think last time, she wanted something different. As Wendy's talking about her new venture, it looks like her husband is not feeling it. The camera keeps going to his facial expression. It's really interesting that she got all these degrees just so, in the long run, all of it wasn't her passion. It was just accolades to have. So next scene, we're back with Ashley, and Karen's coming over to visit. Karen is personally inviting Ashley to the party she's having with all the other ladies. She even invites Michael, and she acknowledges that in order for her and Ashley to move on, she has to move on with Michael too. And I'm pretty sure Michael ain't going to that. Karen also tells Ashley that she doesn't want her relationship with Giselle to divide the group. And it looks like, as we see further in the season, that it definitely has. And Ashley then brings up all the allegations Karen said at the table about the hot box and Sing Sing. Now, Karen explains that she didn't know what Sing Sing was herself. She found out that it was a prison in New York City, and she just said it to be saying it. Now, here's my theory on that. I think she actually meant it as a mental institution, and then she decided to backtrack on that because, no one wants to play with mental health. And allegedly, Giselle had to check herself into a mental institution after dealing with Jamal Bryant cheating on her. Maybe she's like, oh, this is too below the belt. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to take it there. So now she's saying, oh, well, I just made it up. I was just trying to make it sound good. It seems like Karen is just chalking it up to having a sense of humor, but Giselle is dead ass. She wants nothing to do with Karen. So next we're with Candace again, and we see that she got Karen's invite to her gathering. She opens the box, and we see that she's playing stepmom again, and she's like, I don't want to go to this. Now, it's a little annoying to me that Candace is trying to be like Giselle and refuse to film with Karen, because Candace really isn't that great on her own. I prefer to see her with the other ladies. For her to just, say she don't want to go or try not to film with Karen, it's comical to me. Because Karen is an OG, and we all prefer Karen over Candace. We prefer Monique over Candace. Candace is still feeling the type of way about the Monique situation, how Karen didn't give her absolute loyalty. I mean, you would think Karen is the one that bopped Candace upside the head the way she's holding this grudge against Karen. You saw a bitch get mad and attacked me. She said the word bitch with such vitriol. Jesus, like bitch with the hard B. Honestly, Candace got what she wanted. I don't know why she keep talking about Monique. Monique is off the show now. You ain't got to deal with her anymore. Be happy. Next scene, we're with Karen, and she's setting up her gathering for all the ladies. We see Giselle got Karen's invite, and she immediately throws it in the trash. She then says it belongs in the trash just like Karen. We then see Robin getting the invite along with Juan, and she's like, what the fuck is this? So, she's definitely going to stand by her friend and not go as well. Even Juan said he don't want to go to that. So, of course, the other ladies are going, but I'm guessing the question is Candace going to come? Meanwhile, we're with Giselle, and this scene is going to be her with her daughters eating at the table. Does Giselle's daughters like her? Every scene I see her with them, they just seem like they don't want to be there. Oh, Giselle has her daughter in her confessional with her. And Giselle's hair actually looks nice. And I think I like the dress too, this little blue number she's wearing. Yeah, her daughters look so unenthused by her presence. So she gets on the topic of college and boys with her daughters and just telling them watch out for athletes, rappers, etc. and telling her experience with an athlete. And her daughters proceed to read her saying that she's bad at giving emotional support. What? They're saying she has horrible taste in men? I totally agree with them, but that's their mom. My kids, definitely, they would have been popped at the table. Honestly, who are y'all talking to? All three of them are tag teaming right now. They're trash. The way they are just talking back to her like this, she was like, well, I just want y'all to take my advice. We're not taking your advice. Excuse me, young lady? They would have all been popped at the table. A slap for all three of them. Giselle just loves being embarrassed on camera, doesn't she? By her ex-husband, her castmates, her children, her dad. Next scene, we're at Karen's house for her gathering. We see Mia and her husband arrive first. Already, Karen and Mia have in common that they have older men. And Karen admires her husband for chopping all his hair off and sporting a bald look, and is hoping that Ray follows suit. And those producers, again, they digitally alter Ray's head as bald. And I gotta say, Ray might need to take their advice because he doesn't look that bad with a bald head. Oh goodness, Mia is so transparent. I love it. She's like, oh, well, when he was with his third wife, that's when he met me. Damn, so she's wife number 4? Shit. Again, I'm in no place to talk because my dad has had 3 or 4 wives. We see Wendy and her husband arrive, and Wendy is definitely dressing for that new body yaddy yaddy she got. Karen lets the ladies know that Giselle and Robin are definitely not coming for obvious reasons, but Candace is actually going to show up. Ashley, pregnant and all, is not going to miss camera time. That's what I'm getting from this. And of course, Michael isn't going to come to this event. We see Candace arriving, and again, she's just nervous to see Karen because she definitely still feels backstabbed about how she handled the Monique situation. Girl, build a bridge and get over it. So Karen and Candace are now face to face. Karen is very welcoming. She's saying, we don't have to talk about this today. Let's get some coffee, do a one-on-one. And Candace is very receptive to it. She even invites Karen to see her new house. So they're going to put the differences aside so they can have fun at this gathering. She's even nice to Ashley when she comes in. I mean, you can't be mean to the pregnant woman. You can't. So Ashley is talking about how she's doing, and the conversation is on childbirth. Mia, again, being as transparent as she is saying that she had all 3 of her kids as a C-section. She didn't want to mess up her vagina. God, I can't believe I'm talking about this. Wendy next to her says, well, how old are you again? Wendy, she told y'all how old she is. And Mia clocks and she's like, well, yeah, I checked my ID. Last time I checked, I'm 36. So Ashley was confused because she said that, oh, well, I thought you got the clit done because of the children. And normally that's the reason I would think, but she said, no, it's because her and her husband get it in a lot. Wow. I really love Mia's transparency. Wow. She has no secrets. And that's a good thing to do when you're a housewife. Have no secrets so the women can't use it against you. Why Wendy looks so bothered? Damn. Girl, relax. You got a new body. You look good. You're not talking about your degrees anymore. Keep that energy. Don't let Mia, rattle you so much. So now they're talking to Candace about what happened at Wendy's event, of course, Giselle versus Karen. Karen is saying this is why she's having this party because she's willing to move on. She wants love. And then Mia co-signs her and says, yeah, you're a boss. You shouldn't even have to worry about what Giselle says. And that's when Wendy calls her out and saying, wait a minute, didn't you just say Giselle has a good heart? Mia said that Karen really has no issue with it. She said she wanted her to have her own relationship with Giselle and not just because that Karen and Giselle are fighting. But Mia said that, hearing Giselle wishing death on Karen's husband is making her reevaluate her. Wendy again is coming after Mia and insinuating that she's duplicitous. And she's trying to make it seem like just because Mia asked for Giselle's phone number that she's not being loyal to Karen. And Mia's like, I was just trying to lighten the air, which maybe you should have done because it was your event. Oh! So now it's getting a little spicy. Ashley says, she kind of agrees with Wendy's point a little bit. And Mia's like, why do y'all care so much if Karen doesn't care? And then that's when Wendy's like, if you stop talking, maybe you can understand what we're saying. Damn, why is Wendy coming for Mia? Oh, so they are going at it now. They're going back and forth. And Wendy's like, what you not gonna do? Mia's like, whatever, girl, just whatever. Wendy's like, don't put your hand in my face. And Mia's like, it's in your face. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? All the other women are just like, oh, let's not do this, please. No hands in the face, please. And you see Candace over there, she's having post-traumatic stress syndrome just seeing this. Karen then takes control of the situation, y'all, we ain't gonna do this. And the energy has now shifted. Wendy says in her confessional she's not gonna let Mia get to her. Girl, she's been getting to you ever since your dinner event. So I'm not sure what about Mia bothers you. I think it's getting to Wendy that Mia is just so confident and transparent about who she is. And it's really triggering Wendy in a way. And I totally agree with Mia. She just said what I said. It has everything to do with Wendy and not her. So then Karen decides that it's time for the ladies to all play a game, with their significant others. Ashley's going to be the MC since Michael isn't there. And they're going to play a little match game. So the object of the game is for the couples to get the same answer, but they really are sitting really close to each other. I mean, they could just cheat. Child, out the gate, we just talking about sexual positions. Lord have mercy. Oh, and Mia, bless her heart, she doesn't know how to spell missionary. It looks like Wendy's and Mia's couples are getting the most points, and you can already look on Wendy's face that she's being ultra competitive. So the next question is messy. It says, if your husband was attracted to one lady in your friend group, who would it be? And we see that Wendy is telling her husband what to put down because it looked like he wrote Mia. Wow. So Mia and her husband, they put Karen. Chris put Giselle, and I'm not surprised because Giselle says a lot that she loves Chris's cooking. Ray and Karen get different answers. So Karen puts Mia and Ray puts Katie. Katie Ross. Oh my God. How you put an ex-cast member? Lord. Well, this is the only shot we're going to see of Katie this season. Speaking of Katie, I loved her as a housewife on the show. I wish she could have got herself together and been on the show, but she was going through a lot behind the scenes. A lot. Like mentally and like going through it with her ex. And plus the fact that she don't fuck with Bravo anymore. So yeah, sucks for Katie. And then Wendy and her husband, they're cheating because Wendy told her husband what to write. So the game is over, and of course Wendy and her man won because they cheated. But that was a little fun game. That was a little entertaining to watch, and I didn't want to fast forward, surprisingly. Oh, what I forgot to say about in the game, another question was that where did they meet their spouse? And Mia put that she met her husband at the strip club. They both got the right answer. But she says that she was a bartender. And now everyone's looking at her like, bitch, you lying. And what does it matter? If y'all remember, if you watch Jersey, Melissa Gorga was a bartender in a strip club. I think Erica Jane, she says she was like a waitress in a strip club too. So if Mia says that she's 36 and if Mia says she was a bartender in a strip club, we just gonna have to believe it. But yeah, the other ladies we see in the confessional, they don't believe it. Even Karen. And that is where the episode ends. Ooh, this is probably gonna be a long review, but yes, another good episode. I really enjoyed this. I mean, we got 2 conflicts in it, a lot of shade. Giselle's daughter's reading the hell out of her. I am really happy with this franchise so far. It's really going like Potomac, then Beverly Hills, then the rest. The other shows need to step their pussy up, seriously. Let me know how y'all enjoyed this episode. Whose side are y'all on between Mia and Wendy? I would love to know. With that, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for that last shitty ass reunion of Married to Medicine. Bye.